What is up, my fellow Jedi and Sith and Cobra Kai and Marvel and DC and Transformers, whatever pop culture friends? To explain my absence for a little while, I'm currently in the process of applying to a couple of drama schools, and I've just been focusing on learning speeches to get ready for auditions. So that's why I haven't been posting as much lately. But, you know, I don't want to bore you lot with that. You're here for content. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing how I think Mandalorian Season 2 will end. Now, so far this season, I haven't been blown away, but I've really liked what we've got. I've loved the fact that we had a crate dragon, first time in live action. I love the introduction of Cobb Vanth, played by Timothy Olyphant. Fantastic casting. I hope we see more of him. I love the incorporation of the New Republic, and I just love the ever-growing bond between Baby Yoda, now called, spoilers, if you haven't seen the latest episode, now called officially Grogu. And I love that their bond is just ever-growing, and we got Ahsoka for the first time in live action. Now, I remember seeing her for the first time 10 years ago, and I never ever would have thought that one day we would be seeing her in live action, and she would be arguably one of the best characters in Star Wars. I mean, she's been around from everything from the prequels to the original trilogy. Now she's even past the original trilogy because Mandalorian's after Return of the Jedi. So it will be interesting to see if she goes full into the sequel trilogy timeline. We'll have to wait and see. But I really love where we've gone this season, and one of the things that I will say is that I feel like they've been setting something up the past few episodes since the premiere. I think there's something about this Marshall business. You know, they're giving people all these Marshall names. So I think you're going to see a sort of assembling moment of all the characters that we've seen so far. So you'll see Grief, you'll see Cara Dune, you'll see the blue squid guy, I've forgotten his name. And you'll see Cobb Vanth, you'll see just a plethora of all the characters that have been introduced thus far. And you'll see them unite in the final episode, so like Bo-Katan, Ahsoka, the other two Mandalorians that were with Bo-Katan at the time. You'll see all these people come together. And you'll possibly even see the Wielder, because we haven't seen her yet. So I'm excited to see how they'll incorporate her. But I feel like they'll all come together at the end of the season for one big kind of hurrah. And I'm not sure how Boba Fett is going to be incorporated to it, but I like that he's in the background. You know he's back, but he doesn't take away the focus from Mando and Baby Yoda. I've still got to get out the habit of saying that, because, you know, I know we have an official name for him, but the fans have really taken to calling him Baby Yoda. It's just easier. But, you know, we'll get used to it in time. Now, I can't be certain if it's Boba Fett that's going to do this, because I don't know what angle they're going to take with Boba Fett, but I do expect to see Moff Gideon and Boba Fett a lot more in Season 3, because we haven't really seen Moff Gideon a lot this season, so I'm really hoping that we see quite a lot more of him as we're nearing the end of Season 2. And the actor who plays him also said that you'll probably see more of him anyway, and there's been rumours of a Naboo starfighter floating around on set, so we might be going back to Naboo. There's been rumours of the inside of the Slave One being built up, so we'll see Boba Fett in his cockpit. So lots to look forward to. But I can't be sure if Boba Fett's going to do what I think he's going to do, but hence the thumbnail and hence the title, I have a strong feeling that Baby Yoda, by the end of this season, is going to be kidnapped. He's going to be taken away from Din Djarin. And Season 3 is going to be the redemption piece. It's going to be the rescue. It's going to be getting Baby Yoda back. Now, for me, as a classic kind of theatre type dude, a lot of these things are 3-act plays. So Season 1 followed the introduction formula. The beginning, you get introduced to your main characters, the sort of nuances that are created, the plot elements, and the potential arcs for where it all is going to go. Right? You get introduced to the themes and the messaging in the story. You get introduced to all that. The second act in your 3-act play is always usually the darkest for your protagonists. It's where the characters face the most growth, it's where they go through the most depth and have the most layers, and you really find out a lot about them as characters And it's that's why Empire Strikes Back is regarded as one of not just the best films of all time, but as one of the best second acts ever told, because for all intents and purposes, the good guys lose. They lose. Luke gets his arm cut off, finds out the biggest, baddest guy in the galaxy, besides the Emperor, is his dad. You know, what does that say about him? You know, and even he's sitting there in the Millennium Falcon going, Ben, why didn't you tell me? The confliction he's feeling. What now? Am I on the right side? Should I be with him? Han Solo, frozen in carbonite. I love you, I know. Are we ever going to see him again? Leia, you know, just expressing her love for Han. Where's that going to go? Lando's redemption story. Is it going to work? Boba Fett disappearing into the ether. The conflict that Vader had to deal with. It was a perfect second act. And I feel like this season is going to carry on with that formula by something at the end of the season happening to Baby Yoda. I genuinely believe Grogu is going to be kidnapped and taken away from Mandalorian. He's going to be taken away from him. Because what I've noticed this season, in Season 1, the bond between Din Djarin and Grogu was strong. It was strong, but I feel like this season it's even stronger. And it's magnified by the just recent episode, where Ahsoka tries to get Grogu to lift the rock using the Force. He doesn't listen to her. He listens to Din Djarin because he sees him as the father. Like the father figure to him. And I feel like with the way Din Djarin has been saying, wherever I go, he goes. Right? He's been saying that pretty much every episode this season. And the minute they were on the sail barge out in the middle of the ocean, and you know, they were double-crossed, and then they kicked Baby Yoda into the ocean, and then that big Kraken-type monster, you know, almost consumed him. Without any hesitation, Din Djarin jumped straight in there to try and save him. Just think about it. How heartbreaking is it going to be if he gets taken away from Din Djarin right at the end? Right at the end. Now, Din Djarin now has a Beskar spear. Which I love, because that means we're going to get Moff Gideon versus Din Djarin in a sort of a new age Star Wars battle. It's going to be more like a sort of... I think the only type of fight... This type of fight we've only seen either in Rebels, Clone Wars, or in The Last Jedi. And that's where lightsabers go up against melee weapons. So we're going to see the Darksaber against the Beskar spear, and we're going to see them two going at it. Now, do I think Moff Gideon will die? No. No, I do not. I think he's a villain who's going to be around to stay, but I genuinely believe that Grogu, by the end of this season, is going to be kidnapped, and it's going to be a sucker punch right in... Like, literally, all the people that react to this on YouTube, you're going to see them probably in tears. I genuinely believe it could even be like some big Shakespeare moment where Din Djarin screams, "No!" You know, like the staple in Star Wars where everyone screams, "No." As the child is kidnapped. I genuinely feel like that's been set up from the beginning this season, and it's the most horrible thing that they could do, but I would actually love it, because it would carry so much emotional weight going into Season 3, and it would just provide so much depth for what to expect going forward. Now, again, this theory of mine could be completely wrong. It could be completely just, you know, nah, they're not going to do that. Or they might not do it, kind of thing. Which is fine, you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I have a feeling I'm not wrong on this one. And I'd be interested to hear what your guys' opinions are and what you guys think. And how do you think Season 2 will end? But I at least, even if Baby Yoda is not kidnapped, I do not feel like it's going to end on a good note. I feel like it's going to end on a very bad note. And it's going to end with a big cliffhanger for Season 3. Now, Season 1 had a little cliffhanger, but it was only Moff Gideon with the Darksaber, which was a cool reveal. It was great. We get to see the Darksaber in live action. Awesome. And then that asks questions. Oh my god, how did he get it? Did he steal it from Bo-Katan? And obviously we got confirmation when Bo-Katan was in the season earlier on. Yes, he got it off of her in some way, shape or form. And, you know, she wants to get it back, rightfully so. But I feel like a big cliffhanger like that is really going to set this season apart from Season 1. And it's going to really just carry so much emotional weight going into Season 3 of Din Djarin rescuing the child. You remember that episode in Season 1 where he makes the transaction for the Beskar and gives them Grogu, but he starts to realise he's formed an attachment to the child with the little ball from his console switch. And then he goes back and saves him, and all of us, we were all so happy that he was going back to save him. We all got chills. That's what I feel like Season 3 will be, and that's why I feel like you'll see more of Moff Gideon. You'll see more of Moff Gideon because Moff Gideon will have the child. He will have the child in his possession. You'll start to see maybe more of like Thrawn or something like that. Cool name drop, by the way. But I feel like Thrawn and Ahsoka and Ezra and Sabine are definitely set up for their own kind of adventure. But I do feel like Din Djarin, his role in Season 3 will be rescuing the child. And I wouldn't be surprised if the child breaks out on his own in Season 3 anyway. But I do feel like Season 2 is going to end with that kind of cliffhanger. And I'm preparing myself for it. Because the great thing about this show is not only has it exceeded expectations, I feel like it's got us more emotionally invested than we thought it would be. We thought, oh, it's just going to be like a really cool bounty hunter style western. Oh, we've been waiting for this for years. But the introduction of Baby Yoda, not only did it spawn an internet phenomenon, it's literally spawned one of the greatest duos in Star Wars. I would put this duo, maybe not Han Solo and Chewbacca level, maybe not Anakin and Obi level, or 3PO and R2, but it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. It's really high on that list. Because even casuals who aren't even big Star Wars fans love this show. They really enjoy it. So, enough of me rambling. I'm going to leave it at that. Guys and girls, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. And yeah, so apologies for the lack of uploads lately, but you know, I've been up to my neck in Shakespeare learning. But I promise some more regular uploads as we further into the season of Mandalorian. And yeah, just comment down below all your theories and all that kind of stuff, because as I always say, the dialogue starts here but carries on down there. And it would be a great thing to really continue the conversation down there. And yeah, you remember when... I can't lie, the best part of Season 1 was when Din Djarin just started shooting the Jawas. Oh man, I'm so terrible. See you on another video, folks, and remember, the Force will be with you always.